Welcome back. It's day 27, seated rotation. Yoga pants and plants. 30 days of compassionate yoga is an invitation to journey toward being in the present moment, an opportunity to emulate the way nature lives in the moment. Be like a plant. Don't worry how you look. Notice how you sense and respond, like the way a tree reaches for the sun or a source of water. Nourish yourself with movement and stillness. Allow compassion to flourish for a little bit of time every day. Day 27, seated rotation. Find yourself seated comfortably in a chair or on the mat. Find a stable, comfortable pelvis. Let the shoulders rise up to the ears. Exhale as you let them go down. Try that again. Inhale as they go up and exhale as they drop. Let's begin by taking a baseline of your breathing. You'll be counting the number of full breaths you take in a 15-second cycle. An inhale and an exhale equals 1 breath. You can start now. And then stop. Keep the number of breaths that you took in your mind. Close your eyes or gaze downward. Arrive to your seat and gather your mind from whatever past or future thought it is focused and bring it here. Let each breath be more focused by bringing the hands to the belly and the chest. Which hand is rising and which is falling? Is it both or the top hand? Find more stillness in the top and more movement in the belly. And gently bring that movement into the belly, inhaling and exhaling. Feel the sensation of the breath from the inside out. Notice how the back also expands with this belly breathing. Now take the hands to the sides and bring awareness to the right-sidedness and left-sidedness of the breath. Then breathe into that feeling of expansion and contraction on the inside from the respiratory diaphragm to the pelvic floor. We're moving into a straw breathing, a familiar pattern that we explored on day 15. It is inhaling through the nose and doing a long, slow exhale through the lips as if you were holding a straw in your lips. Focusing on the long exhale. Go ahead and start. And I will let you know when you can stop. You can just enjoy the breathing. You don't need to count the breaths. So go ahead and start. Take one more inhale and relax into your normal breathing for a few seconds. Now you will count your breath again for another 15 seconds. Remember that it's inhale and exhale is one breath, and you can begin now. Stop. Usually the number of breaths you take after an exercise like this decrease, sometimes by half the amount that you remembered from the first 15 seconds. Researchers find that slower breathing creates a calmer state. So every time you think about your breathing, you can think about slowing it down, and it can help you to stay calm, relaxed, and natural. This fits in with the concept of Santosha, which is the second niyama of contentment. Today we'll be doing a seated rotation, and we'll start with a yin posture called butterfly. You may find it a challenge to stay in a state of contentment since we're trying new things. So if you start to lose that calmness, find your way back to the Six Directional Breath and reconnect. Ultimate contentment is falling in love with the things that you do in life. Being in the moment is the doorway to that. If you are on the floor, here are the directions for the butterfly yin pose. From a seated position, bring the soles of the feet together, close to your pelvis, allowing the knees to fall out to the sides. If you are in a chair, allow the feet to slide together and have the soles touch. Ground your sitting bones and lengthen your spine. Hold on to the outsides of your feet if you are on the floor. If you are seated in a chair, you can just hold on to your legs. If your body allows it, fold forward from the hips, keeping your spine long and your collarbone spread. Stay in this position for 5 to 10 breaths. When you are complete, you can raise the body up again and then swing the right leg behind you for a deer leg pose. Traditionally, the legs are at a 90-degree angle. However, you can adjust them as your body is needed. The most important thing is for you to be comfortable. If you are in a chair, you can move your right leg out to the right. And if you prefer to sit in a cross-legged pose, you can do that also. Take the right arm across to the left shoulder and turn the body to the left. Keep the left hand on the ground. Return to center and back to the left 5 times. At the 5th turn, stay left and turn your head back to the center and then to the left, slowly for 5 times. So come back to the center and move the hand that is on the shoulder to the top of the head. and provide a bit of traction as you move your head and neck from the left shoulder to the right shoulder for 10 times. If you notice crunchiness in your neck, that's normal. Be sure to keep the pressure steady but not too tight. Notice what's happening at the rib cage and the side body moving. It's okay to allow movement all the way to the hips. When you're complete with that, you can turn to the left and put both arms on the floor on the left side. Twist on the left side in a gentle way. It's like you're unloading the arms on one side and letting the body follow. Loading and unloading the arms from one arm to the other. If you're in a chair, you would just hold on to the side of the chair to do this. At 5, hold the twist and look over to your right, and then continue loading and unloading with the turn of the head. Give yourself a break and shake the hands. Then put the hands back down on the left side and look up with the head and back down 5 times, moving the head and the eyes in the same direction. On the 5th one, leave the head tilted up. And bring the eyes to look at your cheeks. And then as you bring your head down, move the eyes up to look toward your eyebrows. And do that for 5 times. Before leaving this pose, let's explore a forward fold to the left side and hold for 3 breaths. Go to a spot that feels comfortable and use a pillow if needed. Return upright and fold forward over the left leg and hold for 3 breaths. Go to the spot that feels comfortable and use a pillow if needed. Return upright and fold forward in the front and hold for 3 breaths. Return upright, and now you're going to switch by lifting the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat, and then turn the body to the opposite end of the mat and let the legs come down into 2 90-degree angles again. Take the left arm across the right shoulder and turn the body to the right. In order to make your legs different, if you're sitting in a chair, it's just bringing the other leg out. Keep the right hand on the ground. Return the body to center and then back to the right 5 times. On the 5th turn, stay right and turn only the head back to the center and then to the right, moving slowly for 5 times. Come back to center and move the hand from the shoulder to the top of the head and provide a bit of traction, moving the head and neck from the right to the left shoulder 10 times. Feel what is happening in the rib cage and notice the side body moving. It's okay to allow movement all the way to the hips. When you're complete with that, turn to the right and put both arms on the floor on the right side. Twist on the right side in a gentle way. It's like loading and unloading the arms on that side and letting the body follow. At the count of 5, hold the twist and look over your left, and then continue loading and unloading with the turn of the head in the opposite direction for 5 times. Give yourself a break by shaking out the hands, and then put both hands back down on the right side and look with the head and the eyes up and down 5 times. On the 5th one, with the head lifted, let the eyes drop, looking at your nose or your cheeks, and slowly let the face down and move the eyes up toward the hairline for 5 times. Before leaving this pose, let's explore a forward fold and hold for 3 breaths. Go to a spot that feels comfortable and use a pillow if needed. Return upright and fold forward and hold for 3 breaths. Go to the spot that feels comfortable and use a pillow if needed. Return upright and fold forward in the front and hold for 3 breaths. From here, you can come back to center and find your way to your mat so you're on your back. We're going to do an upside down table, bringing the hands and the knees up like they're on an imaginary floor above you. And then just do a cat and cow and notice how the arms and the legs move. And then from here you can do some bicycles. And then grabbing both knees and moving the leg from the knee to the ankle so it's at an angle, and slide into egg beaters, moving one leg and then the other continuously. Now you can rest your body to the ground and relax your breathing into your most comfortable breath Relaxing your legs, beginning at your feet and moving up to the calves, relaxing your calves and the knees and the thighs. Then letting go at the hips, and the ribs, the collarbone, and the shoulders, and the fingers, the elbows, and the shoulders again. Releasing the neck and the head, allowing the head to sink in to the ground. And find stillness. If it helps, you can find your breath if you need to calm down more. If not, just let your breath be relaxed and do it however it flows. You can begin to find movement in the body. Wherever the body wants to move, allow it to move. Bringing the knees in and rolling over into a fetal position. And then continuing to turn the body toward the ground and then coming up to a seated position. This seated rotation practice that you did today and the experimentation with the straw breath are tools that you can use. The straw breath just helps you remember that long exhales to help to calm the body down. And the seated rotation will be used in something called the daily cat stretch, which we'll be doing soon. This is an extended version of that. You can always come back to this version of it if you need more detail. So from here, we'll end our practice for today. Namaste. Now, as you rise from your mat, don't forget to eat more plants. You will feel and move better. Follow us for tips at flowingyan.com.